Hello, lovers of life. 'Tis me, Danny B, shining some light to you today from a lovely yoga garage here in West Los Angeles. I'm here to help you flow, grow, and let go. With me, I brought some of my favorite Chicago peeps, Zoe, Mike, and Michelle, and they're going to help me shine some light and hopefully make everything all right. I want to give a shout out to Michelle Goldstein and the Heart Alchemy Project for letting me come here and try to do my thing. Today is going to be a multi-level vinyasa class. It's not a bad idea to have a strap and a block if you have those. Multi-level, we'll be offering some arm balances for the advanced yogi. But as always, you are the true teacher, the true guru. So listen to your body, listen to your breath. Know that this is not a contest to make shapes. This is about being with the shapes. For me, the physical practice was one thing, but when I really learned to turn to my breath and an awareness to the breath, the transformation in my life happened. The grace in my life happened, not just in this practice, but in life itself. So when in doubt, breathe it out. Be that breather. Check into your breath as we go through these shapes. The breath can tell you a lot about whether you're overdoing it or underdoing it. So be that breather through these shapes and everything will be all right. Okay, so we're going to get into the hips and shoulders here quite a bit today. As I said, go at your own pace. And here we flow. Ready, set, go. All right, close your eyes. Pull the shoulders back. Lift up through the low belly and the spine. And take in that beautiful gift of breath. One of our big books in yoga, the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, says the key to ultimate emancipation is the breath. So can we see that breath as a gift? And let it fill you up from the inside out. Consider the breath in 4 parts. As you inhale, you bring the cosmic into you, that stardust we all live in. Holding that at the top mixes with what we are. As you exhale, surrender it back to the universe. Slight pause at the bottom. We surrender the ego, realizing our true self, the Atman. So life and death in every breath. 4 parts. Inhale, filling up, mixing with what we are as we hold at the top. As we exhale, surrender. Gentle pause at the bottom. We start over. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, draw your hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. What will inspire this beautiful dance of breath and movement? What will inspire the grace in these shapes, this breath? All right, and we'll let that go. And open up your eyes. Reach your arms up to the sky. Roll your pinky edges in. And just find a little sway in the sides, side to side. Keep the navel hugged in and up. And take an open arm twist, if you would, to your left. Root to rise from the crown. Maybe look at the back hand. Inhale back to center, rise up. As you exhale, sweep it to the other side. Again, from the ground we rise. Inhale back to center. And then draw yourself onto your tippy toes. Squeeze your knees in. Show me your palms. Bend your elbows. Oh, a lot of core work here as you draw those elbows back. Can you put some grace in the breath here for 2? Good. And release that. Cross your ankles. Come into tabletop position. All right, tabletop. Spread your fingers wide, maybe up to 15 degrees of rotation externally from the wrist under the shoulder, knees under the hips. And just start to move your spine organically. Maybe close your eyes. Keep that navel hugged in to help the back and organically move the spine. Forget about the box that you put yourself in all the time, perhaps, and just start to organically move. Like, what feels good here? And can we feel that dance of breath coming in and out of us? Organic movement of the spine. Just 2 more cycles of breath here. Cat, dogs, serpent spine, whatever you're feeling. And find some stillness. Flatten your back. Reach your right arm forward. Press your thumb to the sky. Reach your left leg straight back. Press through the heel. Point your toes down. Good. Deep breath in. As you exhale, draw those out to 90 degrees, the arm and the leg out to 90s. If that's too much for you, you can bend your knee. Good, stretch it back to where we started, breathe in, and set it down. Draw the left hand forward, point your right leg straight back. Press through the heel of the toes, long through the belly. And your exhale, you draw it out to the sides. Again, you could bend that knee like a male puppy dog on a hydrant. I want to give a shout out to my little doggy Star. She's watching on TV, probably licking the screen. All right, back to center, inhale. Exhale, set it down. Anahata Asana, extended puppy dog pose. Stretch your arms forward, femur is vertical to the sky. Press the forehead down or perhaps your chin down if it feels okay on the neck. One nice long spine as you press the heart center back. Good, you can really feel the breath in this shape as you hug that navel in. Can you feel the bottom ribs move? They say if the bottom rib hasn't moved, we haven't taken in at least half of our breath capacity. So focus on making that bottom breath move with every inhale. Scoot your heart forward now to forearm plank. Put those elbows under your shoulders. Press the heels back, feet are hip distance apart. Roll your inner forearms down, your thumbs down. Lengthen through the heels and the crown. Fire up that belly. 3 breaths. Putting the grace in the breath here will translate to the grace in life off of the mat. So as we breathe through these stressful shapes, we transform. Here is the training ground for life, so we can live a fuller potential outside the mat. Set it down, untuck the toes, Sphinx pose. Little to no crease in the elbows. If anything, walk those elbows in front of you a little more. Lift up though, find length. Pull the crown up. Pull your throat back for Jalandhara if you're feeling good there. Traction, some length between your elbows and hip pointers. Soft glutes to let the lower back release a little more. Couple breaths here. Maybe looking down at the tip of your nose with your eyes closed. Feel the breath. Good. Exhale, fall flat. Curl your toes under, high push-up or tabletop, whatever your body's ready for. And if you're finding a high push-up or a plank pose, make it compact. What do I mean by that? Press those heels back as far as they go, and then you'll probably have to walk your wrist line under the shoulders. So you'll know you're in a compact plank. If you shift onto your tippy toes, you'll see the shoulder heads go in front of the wrists. So do that a few times. Those in tabletop, you can shift forward a couple of times too, just to open up the heart, the shoulders and the wrists. Good, keep that compact plank, pressing the heels straight back, and then lift your hips to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Awesome, find some organic movement here inspired with your breath. So vinyasa yoga today, right? Matching breath to movement gracefully, mindfully. Dig those inner palms down, especially to the root of the thumb, and envision your hands energetically spinning inward, not physically, but energetically spinning inward. And then the shoulders spin outward. I like to call the lats wings. You'll feel your wings get wide. So we'll hollow out those armpits. And consider your lower back. You're trying to find the same natural curve in your lower back as if you were standing. Okay? Sometimes that requires a soft bend in the knees. As you drive through the heels, try to lift your toes. You'll feel the kneecaps and quads lift. The inner thighs spin back. Good. And then are we the breather? Or are we just making a shape and posing? So settle into your breath. One more here. Good. Bend your knees on the inhale. Exhale to the front of the mat for ragdoll. We'll turn towards the camera, guys. Make your feet hip distance apart. Grab for your opposite bicep here. And then just gentle sway side to side with these box arms. And then sway the box arms off to the right. Keep your knees soft so you don't torque them. And then inhale, drag that left elbow to the sky. Big breath in, look up nice and tall. As you exhale, soften those knees and fall to the left. Inhale to the right, squaring. Feel the left ribs open up as the elbows go tall. And exhale, fall. Good. At the bottom, seems simple and silly. It is not. Go ahead and cross those elbows the other way. All right? Reaching for opposite bicep. It's the non-habitual way. It probably doesn't feel right, but it is. Go ahead and square to the left. Keep those knees soft. Inhale. Drag the right elbow to the sky. Look high. As you exhale, square and fall. Good. One more like that. Inhale, square to the left. Roll yourself up. Big open heart expands to the sky. Exhale to the wall and fall. Let your hands go. Keep these feet hip distant apart and just sway yourself up nice and slow. Good. And close your eyes. Offer your palms to the front. Lift up through your crown. Remind yourself of your intention. Remind yourself of this gift of breath. Let's dance with the breath. Open the eyes. Reach the arms up to the sky. All right. Roll the pinky edges in. You'll feel that breath in the ribs more as you plug the shoulders into the socket. Nice and tall. Breathe in. As you exhale, cactus squat. Spin the palms away. Drop your heart. Inhale. Reach up. Look up. Keep those arms straight. Forward fold. Sweep your arms to the sky. Reach your arms up nice and tall. Shake out your head. Reach those hands up. And sweep to chair pose. Inhale. Utkatasana. Weights in the heels now as you pull the heart open. Big breath in. Good. As you exhale, jump your heart to the sky. Big open heart squeezes up. Inhale. Rise to the sky. Press the palms. As you exhale, swan dive through to a forward fold. Shake out your head, pedal out your legs. Good. Find a half lift, perhaps dragging the shin skin up to feel the shoulders and back. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, rise to the sky, little inner squeeze of the legs to reach up. Exhale, ground to the heart. Bold breath in, bold breath out. All right, guys, let's turn to the front here. Same thing. Maybe the feet are together if you're feeling okay in the hips. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, cactus squat. Flowing, inhale, rise. Keep those arms straight, forward fold, hands to the sky. Tuck your chin. And then sweep to a chair pose. Inhale, how's your breath? Exhale, heart opens to the sky. Big open heart. Inhale, rise, press the palms. And swan dive through to a forward fold. Lengthen to a half lift of your flavor. Good. High push-up or tabletop, and we'll stay here. Press your heels back, finding that compact plank, wrist under shoulders. No valley in the shoulder blades. Maybe drop to the knees for this first one. Shift forward, lower all the way to the belly. Big belly in the blades as the chest falls. Squeeze your legs together, baby cobra. Lift your heart off the mat with lower back strength. How's your breath? Are we breathing or are we just making a simple shape? Exhale, fall flat. Cobra pose. Make your feet hip distant apart if you're feeling right in your back. And use some tricep strength to lift up through the heart now. Using the triceps in the lower back. Heart opens up. Expand through your chest. Throat is back. Exhale, fall. Curl your toes under. High push-up or tabletop. Good. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, draw your right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip, roll out your ankle. Draw the leg back to square, breathe in. As you exhale, come through to a low lunge. Come onto your fingertips, straighten and bend your right leg a couple breaths. Good. And drop your back knee. Open your heart to Anjaneyasana. Slide the hips forward. Let the heart open to the sky. Keep your ribs working, those abs working to support the back. Breathe into the heart. As you exhale, half splits. Draw the hands down for this first one. Maybe sway the hips side to side as you balance on your heel and your knee. Toes are flaring to the sky. All right, back to Anjaneya. Arms up to the sky now. Curl your back toes under to prepare. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, dive off to the top left of your mat. So stretch nice and low and long. Feel those ribs open. And your inhale, shine your heart to the sky. Big open heart as you reach your right arm up to the sky. Those back toes are still curled under. This will help with the transition. As you exhale, spin that back foot flat. Down dog lunge. So dive off to the top of your mat about 45 degrees. Back foot is flat. Little scissor action between the heels. Float it back, Skandasana lunge. Point your back toes out. Same direction as the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Perhaps an arm expression if you're feeling strong. And back to the front, low lunge. High crescent lunge. Stand up. All right, foundation first. So think of your feet as wide as the hips. Pressing through the back heel. Hips and heart are squared to the front. Deep breath in. As you exhale, float your knee to your belly. Stand up, balancing onto your right foot. Kick the leg, reach the arms. Breathe in, challenging the balance. Maybe just a bent knee if you can't handle it. Figure 4 squat. Ankle on the thigh, slow motion yogi. Take it down. Maybe a bind on your ankle, or perhaps putting a block under your hands. The lower the hips go, the lower the gaze goes. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Come back up, kick the leg, reach the arms. Breathe in. Good. Tick-tock it back to airplane. Little up dog in your chest. Hips are squared. Reach for it. Reach forward. Warrior 3. Roll the pinky edges in. Maybe a hovering warrior 3 or bent knee warrior 3. And then big step back. Kung Fu crescent. Squeeze your elbow heads back. Let those lower ribs bow out and shine some light. Big open heart. And then wrap those ribs as you reach your arms up. High crescent. As if you're squeezing a block between your hands and elbows. Widen the wings to warrior 2. Check in with that knife edge of your back foot. Get a little angle forward. A little scissor between the heels. Core is tall. Torso coming out of the hips. Nice and long. Soften the skin to breathe a little more. Inhale is high triangle. 2 straight legs. Leave your toes in place. Reach up. Stretch for it. Exhale, extended side angle. Maybe you get fancy about it and sweep the low arm around and down and over the ears. You roll the heart open. One plane of energy. Not how low you go, how thin you can stay. Reverse that to reverse warrior. Maybe dui arms too if you're feeling good about it. Or a bind. Can we make those back ribs breathe as much as the front? Exhale to the mat, low lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Maybe it's a single leg plank if you're feeling strong. Shift forward, lower all the way to your belly. Baby cobra, or perhaps upward facing dog, which we haven't been to yet. Heart opens up as those thighs and knees pull off the mat. Lift through the crown, back of the neck long. Good. Exhale, fall flat. Curl the toes under, high push-up or table. Downward facing dog, the double D. All right, deep breath in, deep breath out here. Give that left side some love. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip, roll out your ankle. Try to keep the heart pressed into that back thigh. Back to center, breathe in. Draw through with grace, low lunge. Straighten and bend your left leg a couple breaths. Open your heart to Anjaneyasana. Knee is down, slide the hips forward. Big open heart stretches to the sky as you reach your arms back. As you exhale, your half splits. For this first one, again, we'll drop the hands down. Hands can go under blocks if you need, and then sway the hips side to side. Back to the deep lunge, Anjaneyasana. Curl your back toes under, preparing, lift the heart up, breathe in. Dive off to the top right of your mat, about 45 degrees. Nice deep stretch here. And then shine the heart up, left arm to the sky. Big open hearted twist as you look high. Big transition, back foot spins down, down dog lunge. Deep lunge or diving off to the front of the mat about 45 degrees. To the back, spin on your back heel, Skandasana lunge. Look at the relationship between your hip, your knee, your ankle, your toes. Front toes to the sky if you like. Nice deep lunge with an arm expression. To the front, low lunge. Stand up, high crescent lunge. All right. Torso comes out of the hips, nice and wide in the feet, pressing through the back heel. Feel strong, take a breath in. Exhale, float that right knee to your belly. Shine the heart open, big breath. Kick the legs, single Tadasana. Reach, breathe, figure 4 squat as you exhale. Hands to an ankle or a block. Maybe the hands to the heart. Inhale draws you to single Tadasana. Reach up, kick. We learn by falling, it's okay to fall. Then go ahead and tick-tock to an airplane. Little up dog in the chest, leg is long. Warrior 3, reach for it. Maybe a standing bent leg. Slide it to Kung Fu crescent. Make some strong biceps, squeeze those elbows back. Let the heart open up. Rise up, wrap the ribs, high crescent lunge. Good, widen the wings to Warrior 2. All right, again, back foot gets a little edge to the front of the room. Little scissor action between the heels. Core is tall, arms are long. Breathe in. Deep breath out. Next, inhale, high triangle. 2 legs are straight, leaving those toes in place. Stretch the arms up. Extended side angle. Come back to your lunge, lengthen. Roll yourself open to the sky, one plane. And reverse that to a warrior of your flavor. Maybe the Dui. Feel the breath in the bottom ribs. To the mat, low lunge. Inhale your plank pose. Chaturanga or dog, shifting and lifting. Big valley in the blades as the heart falls. Over the toes, downward dog. All right, guys. We'll take that to some flow. Breath to movement. Here we go. Lift your right leg up. Take a breath in. Draw the thigh to your outer tricep. Single leg plank or to the sky, depending on your strength. Core strength to draw it through low lunge. Drop your back knee, open your heart to Anjane. Breathe in. Exhale, half splits, fold and reach. Maybe the hands hover. Come up, Anjane. As you exhale, dive to the top left. Lift your right arm up, shine that breath. Curl the back toes. Down dog lunge, spin the heel down, dive off the front. To the back, Skandasana. To the front, low lunge. Stand up to high crescent, breathe in. Exhale, big step, knee to belly, squeeze. Reach the arms, maybe kick the legs, single Tadasana. Figure 4 squat. We have a few breaths here. Slow motion yogi. Bind to the ankle, hands to heart, mat or block. Next inhale, single Tadasana, rise with grace. Tick-tock it back, airplane. Warrior 3, reach for it, maybe a standing bent leg. Slides it to Kung Fu, power. Wrap the ribs, breathe in. Widen the wings to Warrior 2. High triangle, lift. Extended, lengthen. Reverse that. Your flavor of reverse to the mat, low lunge. Inhale, plank pose. Skip the chaturanga or find it, down dog or chaturanga. Good, mindful breath in and down dog. Mindful breath out. We'll go through that on the left. Left leg comes high. Knee to outer tri. Single plank or to the sky. Low lunge. Back knee down, heart opens up, breathe in. Exhale, half splits. Maybe the hands hover. Come back to the lunge, breathe in. And dive yourself right. Left arm sweeps up, breathe in. Curl the back toes. Big transition to down dog lunge. To the back, deep skandasana. To the front, low lunge. Rise up, high crescent. Big step, knee to belly. It's okay to fall. Find that balance. We learned inhale, single Tadasana. The figure 4 squat. Grace in the breath as we squat low. Maybe that bind or some support. Single Tadasana on your inhale. Reach for it. Tick-tock and airplane. Breathe in, reach forward. Warrior 3, maybe a hovering. Slide to Kung Fu. Wrap the ribs, rise the arms. Widen to Warrior 2. High triangle, lift. Extended, lengthen and lunge. And reverse in that warrior. Maybe the Dewey arms. And to the mat, low lunge. Inhale your plank pose. Exhale, shift and lift. Chaturanga. Over the toes to down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale to the front of your mat. Lengthen to a half lift. And a fold. And rise. And to the heart. Grateful breath comes in. Grateful breath out. All right, guys, turn this way. Come with the feet together. hands to heart center. Gonna balance on the right foot. Draw your arms out to the sides. Pick up your left leg. Try to roll those toes down. Find one point of gaze, a drishti point. Breathe. Good. Legs together, arms up. Breathe in. As you exhale, reverse namaste squat. Squeeze the knees. Pull the elbows back in line with your shoulders. Inhale, reach up, look up. Then open the arms up, open the right leg up. Rolling the toes down, find the length. Back to center, reach the arms up. Reverse namaste squat, sit into it nice and low. 2 breaths, squeeze the knees. Inhale, reach up, look up. And then take a willow to the left. You can look forward for that. One long line of energy. Press the outer edges of the feet down. Press your hip out. Pull the ribs in. Inhale, rise up. Exhale that squat again. Reverse namaste, sit low for 2. Inhale, reach up, look up. As you exhale, willow to the right. Look forward. Keep the neck long. We root to rise from the ground. As inhale, rise up. As you exhale, reverse namaste squat. Sit into it. Inhale, reach up, look up. As you exhale, swan dive through to a forward fold. Press your hands into the mat here. May have to step the feet back a bit or bend your knees. These little pike core floats. So shift the shoulders in front of the wrists and try to walk the feet out. So little hover time, guys. Working the core and the shoulders. It's just little hops in and out. Playing hopscotch with your mat. This beautiful mat I have today is from Sankalpa. I have 3 mats on Sankalpa. They're helping out yogis like me. So some beautiful designs, some really high quality mats. So check them out. Sankalpa, live Sankalpa. We're gonna draw the feet together. Finally come into a Malasana 2 squat. So sit nice and low with this. Try to get level 1 will just keep the elbows down. Level 2, 3, perhaps grabbing for the ankle or the hip or the back. Some people can bind to the sacrum. Not me. I still do yoga though. There's a lot of poses I can't make. But hey, so what? I'm showing up doing the work, right? And that's all we can do is our best. If you come to your practice with love and compassion, filled with breath, you're doing your best. And you can live with that. All right, we're going to go ahead and let that go. Stretch the hands in front of you. Once again, we're going to come into these little core hops. So shift forward, little hop. How about a couple of them? We're going to end up with these feet hip distant apart. Feet hip distant apart. Good. Drop your hips as low as your knees if you can. Reach forward, get swazy with it. Just moving the hips. Then draw your forearms together. Pull those elbows towards your groin. Good. Inhale, reach the hands forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, under. Inhale, rise up, stand. Squeeze those elbows up. Keep them here. Nice and tall. Pull the inner ribs in. Lengthen. As you exhale, open up. Cactus the arms away. Spin the palms out. All right, inhale. Draw the pinky edges together. Dive it down. Elbows towards the groin. We flow. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, sweep back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, elbows under. Inhale, rise. Exhale, expand. Last one together. Exhale, under. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. And under. Rise up. Open up. Hands come together. Sit into your Malasana 1 squat. So a few options here, guys. You can stay with Malasana 1 squat. If you're dying for an arm balance, crow pose, baby crow. I love practicing baby crow. So I think it informs our crow pose. So baby crow draws those forearms down. Options are to squeeze the outer shoulder, which helps activate Uddiyana Bandha, which is what we need for a lot of arm balances and balancing on our hands and our heads. So we squeeze, we lift, we shift, and we say, baby crow, or don't, but try to keep your nose and your toes off the mat as we squeeze. And if you can, maybe float back, forearm plank. If you love your kneecaps, you'll do that mindfully. And then we'll drop it down nice and soft. Make those feet hip distant apart, walk the elbows in front of you. Pull the belly in, Sphinx pose. Good. Few filled up breaths here. Playing with that fire of the practice and slowing it down. Where does the mind go? Vinyasa often disciplines us to think of the now, to lean in and listen. And then when we slow down, does the chatta, the chitter, is it still there? The chitta? So just strong awareness to that. Love and compassion come back to this now, this breath. Good. Go ahead and lay flat. Maybe your forearms under your forehead. Take a bend in your left knee. Try to draw it straight out of your left hip. So 90-degree bend out of your hip and knee and the ankle. Good. Let it relax. If this feels good, consider coming up to a Sphinx or maybe a more mild form of Sphinx with the elbows further in front of you. Feeling really good, you can walk it back. Listen to your lower back here. Just a few breaths. Can you soften a little more to find a little more? And again, that tool of the breath can help us soften. Good. Exhale, fall flat. Draw your big toes to touch. Put your forearms down under your forehead. If it feels okay, perhaps windshield wiper the legs side to side by drawing the ankles to the sky. Lay flat, draw that right leg, 90-degree bend out of the hip and knee and the ankle. Feeling good, listen to your body slowly. Maybe a Sphinx, a baby Sphinx. Good. Root to rise. Soften to breathe. Another breath. And exhale, fall flat. Once again, big toes touch, forearms under your forehead. Let the heels fall out. Then point those toes to the sky, perhaps windshield wiper your legs. And then go ahead and lay flat. You're going to flip over onto your backs, guys. Leave your head where they're at, your feet where they're at, and just flip on over. Find happy baby. Draw the soles of your feet to the sky. Reach for the outside of your foot or the outside edge of your thighs. Good. Trying to keep the sacrum down, the head and shoulders down. How's your breath? Okay. Stretch both legs to the sky. Squeeze them together. Grab for the back of your ankles, or if you can keep the feet, that's cool. Stretch through the heels. Point the toes towards your face. And then let the left leg fall down. Pull your right knee towards your right armpit. So we lay the head and shoulders down. So nice tight squeeze here. All right. How about doing the same to the left? So draw that left knee to your left outer armpit. Nice tight squeeze here. Okay, here we go. We're going to switch up, guys. I call these rock and roll pistol squats. So you're going to take that right leg towards you. You're going to kick the left leg up. You're going to rock and roll once. You're going to rock and roll twice. Push the right foot down. Hands to heart or hands to some blocks. Can you keep this left heel up? Finding some grace. Squeezing the inner thighs together to help you find balance. How we doing, Mike? How about we do it again? We rock and roll once, pull that left knee in, rock and roll twice. We're going to end up on that left foot, draw the right heel forward, squeeze the inner thighs. Again, hands can come to blocks if you need, or some phone books at home. Lift your heel, find extension, find your flavor that helps you grow. All right, let's do it again. Rock and roll once, rock and roll twice. The right foot's going to come down. Maybe you transition all the way to standing splits. Those of you who really want to have fun, handstand, hop. Not for me today. I'm trying to be that breather. Good. To come out of this, kick the leg forward, gracefully come into the pistol squat. Left leg now, rock and roll once, rock and roll twice. Left foot comes down, perhaps put the hands down to kick the right leg up to that standing splits. Lots of quad work here, 2 breaths. Gracefully kick that right leg forward. Good. Rock and roll once, twice. Somehow transition yourself to downward facing dog. So choose your own adventure that's filled with breath and grace and maybe a smile on your face. You know, deep breath in, deep breath out. Another deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, bend your knees. Stay with that nice low squat, chest to your thighs, breathing in nice and long. Good. Straighten the hips, breathe in, straighten the legs. Lift the right leg up as you exhale to a low lunge. Good. All right, guys, on our backs now, we're just gonna flip over, leaving the head and feet where they are. Just flip on over. Squeeze your legs together. Put your forehead on the mat. Put your hands behind your head. Squeeze the legs down. Inhale, Makarasana. So lift your heart and elbows off the mat. Squeezing the legs down. Just 2 breaths. Good. Exhale, fall. Windshield wiper your legs if you need to. Do what feels right. All right, we're going to flow with that for 5 breaths, guys. So squeeze the legs together and down. Inhale, Makarasana. Exhale, fall. Inhale, rise. And fall. Good. How about another 2? Lift. And fall. Last one, lift. And fall. Forearms under your forehead. Or give yourself some relief somehow. Big toes touching or windshield wiper the legs side to side. Okay, then we'll come into downward facing dog. Put the hands under your shoulders. Curl the toes under. Find your downward facing dog. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Lift your right leg on your inhale. Exhale to a low lunge. All right, spin your back foot flat down. Extended side angle bind. So draw the right arm under the right thigh, left arm's around the back. If you can't get that, of course, we've got straps, or you could use a t-shirt or a towel. Staying here, keeping this. If you can keep it, maybe Skandasana bind to the back. If you can't keep the hands, then just twist yourself a little Skandasana to the back. Good. Come back to that bind somehow. Step to the front of your mat. Big step forward or stay here. If we step forward, 2 options. Lifting the right knee, birds of paradise. Keeping the right foot down, like Michelle has here. Beautiful. Bound half moon. 3 breaths. She's all on her own. Nice work, Michelle. Gonna let that go in the next couple breaths. And then choose your own adventure to downward facing dog. Letting it go. Finding your way through vinyasa to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg up. As you exhale through to a low lunge. Spin your back foot flat yet again. And we find the extended side angle bind. Right arms around the back. Left arms under the thigh. Again, the strap, the towel, whatever you need. Roll your chest open. Can you keep this bind? Skandasana bind to the back. If not, just let it go and twist your heart to the back. Good. Keeping that bind or finding the bind again. Step forward. If you're balanced on the left foot, you've got bound half moon. Standing on the right foot like Zoe's got, birds of paradise. Mike and Michelle, bound half moon. Beautiful. How's our breath? Here for 2. Good, set it down. Find your own adventure to downward facing dog. Good, resetting in down dog, coming in contact with the breath. Inhale, reach your right leg up. As you exhale, draw it through to a low lunge, and then drop your back knee, soft runner's lunge. Let your elbows fall if they can. Otherwise, you could put a block underneath of the elbows. Let the hips breathe. Close your eyes and tune into the breath. With love and compassion, stick with the breath. Maybe focus on one part of the breath. Slowing down from the shapes, finding stillness in the breath. We learn much more from staying in these challenging shapes than leaving them, so stick with it. All right, stay here, guys, where I'm going to give you a few options here for what I call wrapped hurdler to flying mantis. If you have other name suggestions, send them in to Michelle at Heart Alchemy Yoga. So I'm going to face this way and show you guys. Maybe one of you want to work through it with me as well. So from this soft runner's lunge, putting the right tricep right underneath the thigh, the hand outside. Lift up to a strong runner's lunge and try to keep this lift. Pull the toes back. You're hugging, you're wrapped around the tricep as you come into your chaturanga arms. Draw the left thigh to your left tri. Kick the leg out. Oh, flying mantis. Comes back. Shift it back. If that's just all hogwash and you can't make that happen, it's all good. Parigasana, gate pose. Standing on one knee. Maybe just finding a little willow here. Okay. So I think the key here is to find this transition of energy forward. You could also use your forehead as on a block or on the mat to try to lift that back leg, or you keep the lift and then power, draw that thigh to your tri. Stay here. Maybe it's a little easier because we've got a smaller center of gravity here. Then the leg can kick out, flying mantis. We learn by trying, falling. So give yourself some time here to try it all on. Again, if that's not your flavor today, Parigasana gate pose. So take a good 4 or 5 breaths here. Find what you need in your practice. Maybe it's some rest in Vajrasana. There you go, Mike. Nice. And scoots it back. All right, let's all take a few breaths of rest. On your shins, maybe sitting a block between the ankles. If it's too much for your shins, lift up, Michelle. Thank you. Good. And relax. Fill up on breath. Good. Slowly wake your way back to downward facing dog. The double D. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, lifts your left leg up. As you exhale through to a low lunge. Drop your back knee, soft runner's lunge. So again, use some height if you need to get yourself nice and low. Ideally, this knee is behind the ankle or on top of it. But listen to your body. It's the truth. And then sink into your breath as you close the eyes. Slowing down, filling up on the nourishment. All right, those of you who want to walk with me through the advanced shapes yet again, wrapped hurdler to flying mantis or that Parigasana gate pose. I'll do it with you, that left tricep under the thigh. We pick ourselves up into our strong runner's lunge, round the back a bit, cat the back to lift those toes, to point them back. Lunge forward. Now you got that arm wrapped by your leg. Shift to lift. Back leg comes forward. Find the kick out. Maybe it comes back, or you hold it and stick it back. Otherwise, once again, Parigasana, gate pose. So give it a few breaths here, guys. Trying it on. Sit, Michelle. Again, the forehead can be used to balance on a block or the floor. Really, it's how can we transition that center of gravity forward to lift the back leg. All the back work we were doing with Makarasana helps to strengthen the upper and lower back, so we can help lift that back leg up. Take some rest in Vajrasana when you're ready, sitting on the shins, using the block if you need to. And be a vessel for breath, allowing your palms to open to the sky. Receiving what you need at this moment. Recognizing your efforts. Seeing this as a love practice. All right, and then from this seat, guys, we're just going to roll off to our right cheek. You're going to open up your legs to about 90 degrees, setting up for Wheel of Life. So Wheel of Life, we've got the right femur running the same direction as the front and the back of the mat. The left femur is pointing to the back. Go ahead and lay down. So you allow yourself to stretch long to the mat. A longer stretch in the left arm, so you can feel these left ribs breathe a little more. Maybe the right arm reaches to your right, or use it as a cactus arm. Allow the top hip to fall down. And we make the shape. We shift the state to breath and surrender. So allow yourself to be the breather here. And then draw your hands under your shoulders. Hands come under the shoulders. A little butt spin from my breakdance days in 87. I don't know. Open up the legs. The left femur is long. The right one away. We lay down to the back. Stretch that right arm away. You got it, Mike. And then look to the long left arm, drawing yourself away. The longer that reach in the right arm, the more we feel that breath. But then can you soften with it? It's truly a pose of surrender. We make the shape, let the gravity and the shape do the work. And draw those hands underneath of your shoulders again. And flip yourself over onto the mat. Simply lay down. Draw the soles of your feet to touch. Can your hands or a strap or a towel grab for the feet as you interlace the hands or the strap or the towel around your feet? Let your head fall off to the right. Feel a nice long stretch in your left neck. Breathe in and out. All this fire, slowing it down now. We'll switch sides with the chin. Falls to the left, feel your right neck long. And if you need another shape to end your practice, find it. Otherwise, you've worked hard enough. Take up space for Shavasana. Allow yourself to sink into the mat here. Nice open space. Palms open to receive. Palms down to ground. What do you need? You worked so hard for the practice. Now let this practice work for you by being a witness to the practice without reacting. The observer. If you have time, just stay here in Shavasana. Otherwise, connect deeper with your breath. Come back to the now. Soft movement, your fingers and toes, your head side to side. Wiggle your hips, lick your lips. And then stretch yourself long, finger to toe. Take a deep breath in. Pull the knees to your chest and gently roll off to the right side, smothering that fire of male energy we've stoked as we lay in fetal on the right side. And slowly come up to a seat. We'll spin this way, guys. Find a comfortable seat that allows you to feel the expansion of the practice. So you draw your hands to Anjali Mudra. Recognize this sweat as the seeds of your, watering those seeds of your growth, the garden of your growth. Recognize yourself as a strong being of light. As you go through your day, remind yourself to come to the breath, this beautiful gift of breath. When in doubt, breathe it out. It's there to serve us, so we can serve others. Acknowledging your efforts by dropping your chin to your chest. And lift your chin, your thumbs to your third eye center. We say namaste. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us here today at Heart Alchemy. I'd like to give a shout out to, again, Sankalpa for letting me use their mats. Check out Live Sankalpa, or you can look at my website, yogidanyb.com, for all the other goodies, all right? Hope to see you back here very soon. Check in with, subscribe to the Heart Alchemy Project. And if you have any suggestions for the team here on what you'd like to see in your practice, give us a shout out. We're here to serve, okay? All right, live in love. Be well. Namaste.